Hi guys.
Hi guys.
So today we are gonna answer a few questions about
Togetherness. Too much or too little?
too much togetherness and what was the other one, honey? Regrets of moving to the Philippines and do we wanna move back to the US? So we're gonna answer all the questions. First of all, I'm glad I'm feeling better today and no more
All about the nose.
yeah, all about the nose.
The nose became such a big issue, and I don't know how it could be such a small nose. And it just took over everything.
You're a racist. Well, maybe I can go get a nose surgery then.
No, I like your nose just fine. The way it is.
Maybe I can reduce your nose and put some of it to mine.
No.
They can do that.
I like your nose just the way it is.
Anyway, let's go back to our topic. So, they are asking, like, even I know a couple of people around here ask me, like, don't you guys get bored and then you're together all the time? Don't you end up, like, fighting or, like, having some, like, hating each other because you see each other's face all the time? I was telling them that, you know what, I like it that we're together all the time. We spend so much time. And yeah, just like any other couple, once in a while there's disagreements. There's sometimes that I want to take a break of looking at you maybe for 30 minutes because maybe you're making me tampo for a little bit, and then but I really do like spending time with you, honey, even if I can look at your face like 24 hours a day.
Yeah. Very sweet, baby. Yeah, we both like to spend time with each other. I mean, when we were in the U.S. and we both worked. I worked most of the time, not all the time, whenever I could get a job. And Marissa worked full time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last few years we were there, you did.
Right. There were years though that I did not work, but some years I went to the Bahamas with my aunt because she has a little business and I was helping her.
Business,
yeah, and there was times that I was going with you in the truck for almost 2 years, and the rest of those times, just
the last couple of years we were there, you worked.
Right.
And I worked various jobs, whoever would hire.
Here and there.
Yeah, here and there. But we didn't get to spend a whole lot of time together.
Right.
I mean, just a little bit of time in the evenings and stuff. And
yeah, so we were really thinking, wow, if we really move to the Philippines, we're gonna be spending so much time together. I wonder how we're gonna like it. And now that we're here for 4 years, I think we like it now and we wanna keep it this way.
Yeah. yeah, we like it this way. Getting to spend more time together and doing more things together. And it's much more relaxing here, because money goes further, so you don't have to get stressed out about paying the bills and all that hanging over your head. I mean, the last place we lived in Vallejo, my whole Social Security check went just to pay the rent.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think I had $3 left out of my Social Security check after I paid the rent every month. So we were struggling just to pay the bills every month.
And about regret moving to the Philippines, I would say there's no regret at all.
No
Do you have regret, honey?
No, I don't have regret. I mean, if we could have afforded to stay in the U.S. and had some sort of a life instead of working at scratching and clawing just to stay alive, we probably would have stayed there.
Right.
But this was the best choice for us. And it just moving here, it took me a while to realize I wasn't in the workforce anymore. Because when we were there, I was busy all the time.
Well, you act like you can never get old, honey, and you just act like you can just work forever. But I was telling you, like, what kind of life do you're gonna have? Like, you just gonna have to keep working until you drop dead. No, like, you need to have some quality life. Especially that you're already retired and you're not getting any younger. We need to do something about it.
We had talked about it for a couple of years, moving to the Philippines, but it's
always a back and forth.
Back and forth, making that final commitment. Okay, yeah, we're going to do it. We never got to that point for a couple of years, but finally we got to that point, and then once we did, it was
Yeah, just like
piece of cake. Yeah.
when I know that you are really not gonna change your mind, that's when I really decide that I'm gonna start the house here in the Philippines, because I know then that you were very sure about it. You are really committed to move to the Philippines.
Yeah, well, we bought the lot, and I knew we bought the lot, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that she started the house. And so I don't know how many months you had working on the house before we moved here.
Oh, before we moved here? Since I started it like a couple of months.
Yeah, a couple of months, and a lot got done in a couple of months. You know, the structure was basically intact. We didn't have any tile in. We didn't have any paint in. We didn't have cabinets. We didn't have nothing really, but a bed and bedroom, and an AC in a bedroom.
Sorry about all the noise. Like there we are really by the front, and then there's all kinds of motorcycles and all kinds of tricycles passing by. So that's why it's a noisy sometimes. But anyway, there's no regret about moving to the Philippines. Actually, it is the best decision we made, because living here, it feels like, yeah, this is the, like there
Pressure's
is the,
off.
yeah, stress-free, and yeah, there's a little inconvenience and some cons, but it's still worth it, and we are very, very lucky.
We are very, very lucky. I mean, there's a million things, doing a move like this, there's a million things that can go wrong.
Right.
You know, and luckily it all worked out for us. We were able to complete the house, you know, and get situated, and or get a bank, my Social Security deposited into a bank here, so we didn't have to depend on somebody else to send the money. And so no, we don't have any regrets. We do miss the U.S.
Yeah.
You know, all the beautiful places we went there.
And about the question of like, do we want to go back to the US? We also discuss it once in a while, or maybe sometimes more than once in a while. Like when there's just times where we go, I wish we're in the US right now, where we could just go eat at Red Lobster, or we can just go get a Taco Bell at the drive-thru, Burger King, all those food that we miss in the US. Or else we go, I wish we could just, drive around, like, Las Vegas or whatever. Like it's there are times like that. But also at the same time said that, what are we gonna do if we move back to the US? Are we gonna sell this house and move there and rent a apartment or rent a house or something? Then we are gonna go back to the beginning. And so I mean, for a visit though, I would like to visit there even for a couple of weeks, or nicer if it is a month. But
months, and even if we did manage to somehow go back there and move back there, I wouldn't want to sell this house. Keep it for your future, you know.
No, it's just,
but I don't think it's ever going to be the possibility of us move back there full time. We'd love to go back and visit.
Yeah,
but,
one of the things I really missed in the US was all those, like nice restaurants where you have the options of, like, you want to have Mexican food, you have Chinese food. I mean, they have it here, but for some reason it tastes a little different, doesn't it? Like all the Mexican food in here.
Yeah, Mexican food. I mean, there's no Mexican restaurants here.
I mean,
I know of.
At the mall they have some tacos and burritos. It's
that's
not
Mexican
really
food. That's just a taco with
some sauce
cucumbers,
and cabbage.
cucumbers and cabbage, and it's not even a taco. They just call it a taco.
Well, they call it taco.
It's in a taco
burrito.
shell.
Yeah.
It's not Mexican food at all.
I really miss it there though. We enjoy, like, sometimes during the weekend when we're not working, sometimes we go to a casino and eat at the buffet there, and just, play a couple of slot machine for a little bit before going home, and just, have fun or recreation. And
yeah, it's different here, but it's still good here. Good things to do, fun things to do. It's just, so ingrained in the U.S. of having complete variety of food, and there's not really a variety of food here.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's either Filipino or Chinese or Japanese or it's all Asian food.
Oh,
yeah.
even though the life in the US is great, but you have all this it's like you are racing on something, like you are trying to
You're on a treadmill,
keep up
man. Going as fast as you can.
yeah, you have to keep up with it. Not like here that you can just all relax, and you know, of course you have to have an income when you wanna stay here, but
Yeah.
you don't need that much if you wanna live simpler. Here in the Philippines, though, you can make a well. You don't have to have a gas stove, or you know, you can make use firewood if you wanna live like much simpler.
Some people do.
Yeah.
Live like that. I mean, to me, that's a lot of work. You
Yeah.
have firewood every day, but
Yeah.
you know, some people don't have a choice.
Yeah,
It depends on what area you live too.
right.
That's the one thing I would tell everybody: check out the water if you're going to move here. We
even
didn't
have
do a very good job checking out the water.
We even have problem with our water here, but we are gonna find a solution eventually, because our water here is just too nasty and not too good.
Yeah.
Maybe we are gonna have a deep well eventually. Not right now, eventually.
Yeah. Eventually, a lot of different things
Yeah.
make life easier, but you know that all costs money.
Yeah, so is there anything, honey, that you forgot that you wanted to say and share to everybody? That what can you say about?
I think the biggest thing for me moving here is, you know, the expectations. You know, because you can't unless you've been, you know. Of course, I visited here 4 times before we moved here, but it was only like for 10 days at a time. So I never got a real taste of what it's like to live here.
Yeah.
So my expectation was wild, and that and managing my attitude, you know.
Yeah, visiting here would be a lot different, because I know there are people would say, "Oh, I visited there. It's very nice." It's different if you live here, because that's when you know slowly the reality of you know, the life here. It's not perfect, but it's for
Yeah.
us here. We like it. And where we live, it also depends where you live, and
Right.
if you live in the province or the city.
You know, some of these guys that live in Dumaguete or Valencia, I understand there's a lot of different kind of restaurants there where you can get any kind of food. And so, you know, you're right. It depends on where you live. You know, we live outside a small town in a province, so our options are kind of limited. But,
Right.
you know, if you want to live in...
Actually, we talk about visiting Dumaguete, but I don't know if we can do it right now. Maybe
No.
next year or
Well,
someday.
we wanted to be near her family, so,
Right.
you know, that's why we moved here.
Yeah, there are a lot of good places here in the Philippines to live, and some of those places can be very expensive. You know, it depends on, you know, the area, or, you know, if it is nice. I hear that in Luzon, like Baguio, is very nice there because it's cooler,
Very cool.
but it's very expensive
Up
too.
in the mountains.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, just where the strawberry fields are and all that.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
they grow strawberries and all the food that cannot grow here in some places like this. So I guess, guys, that's it. Hopefully we answered all the 3 questions well. Did we?
Yeah.
Okay, so being together all the time, we like it. Regrets, no regrets. We wanna move back to the US or go back to the US. Yes, we do, but just for a visit.
Yeah.
Unless we win the lottery.
Yeah. That might be different.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it for our video today, and we will see what we're gonna do next, and hopefully it'll be something
A little more exciting.
right. Thank you, guys, and thank you for all your good comments. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.